Welcome back. Beautiful action-packed sort of sports. Let's get on with the show. And Cecilia, where are we going to? Supporters Club, what's the update?
Yeah, I think something they're doing is actually they want to induct all the governors, that's the state of the federation, to be their patron. Maybe obviously they just want to involve these governors when it comes to football and supporting the game, especially these days when you don't really have many people going to the stadium to want to watch games. So they feel maybe their involvement in it,
That's right.
and they all come and they can actually drum support to have more people, filling the stadium when there's any game in Nigeria. I think it's a good one. This one is coming from, they had this one in Edo State.
That's a good strategy, because if the governor, for instance, play two, can come to the stadium, he can pull
Bring
some
all
crowd.
his entourage.
That's
You know,
right.
they have a way of coming with so many, you understand what I mean? I mean, you get what I mean? And also the financial backing, that's also going to be another issue, because we know these people, they wouldn't just want to do this for nothing. They know they'll definitely get something out of whatever they're doing. But outside that.
Yeah, Cecilia, it is obvious the Supporters Club, what they're trying to do is stimulate support nationwide for football in the country. I think it's a good move, like Austin said, good strategy.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's going to, work at the end of the day. I'm not so sure.
Well, I totally agree with you, because I mean, talk is cheap. It's just talk at this stage. So let's see. Implementation will be very important. But we understand the essence of the Supporters Club, and there are some World Cups that all they look out for is the Supporters Club. And Nigeria has been unique in some ways until some leadership crisis got into the mix. And
I mean, growing up, we grew up on the Nigerian Football Supporters Club being iconic. I mean, they were that big. I mean, there's no world tournaments where people don't look forward to seeing the colorful Nigerian Supporters Club. But they have been issues
and we don't want
recently.
that. Cecilia, tell you, despite the noise in the stadium, when the Supporters Club starts playing, you hear them. Even on live TV. Symbolic. Yeah.
I think what they've decided to do now, they have the Nigerian Supporters Club separately.
Okay.
Then you have the Nigerian Football Supporters Club.
Oh
so it's like
so this is
it's
Nigerian
kind of
Football
Supporters Club. So maybe when you're going for the Olympics now, I don't know what they're going to do. But I think you just have the Nigerian Supporters Club going for the Olympics and the Commonwealth Games. You can have the Nigerian Supporters Club. Then maybe when you're not going for the football event, you now have the Nigerian Football Supporters Club. I feel it doesn't make sense. But then they know what they're doing. So we're not here to actually criticize them. We're just listening to the track coming from the chairman, Nigerian Football Supporters Club, talking about Samuel Ikbaye.
The players are being paid, the coaches, they are being paid, and you, the supporter, when you want to go, you have to pay through your nose. So my executive, by special grace of God, we're trying to see how we're going to make it easy for the members to travel with the players, maybe at a very low or free fare to go. And how we're going to achieve this, we're trying to set up a committee. We're also trying to employ some consultants. We want to go around to all the states, meet the governors, meet the philanthropists in sports there, local government chairmen, the honorables. We want to meet them, bring them in as members of Nigeria Football Supporters Club. When you talk of supportership, Nigeria Football Supporters Club is the overall as far as supportership is concerned. We have also made move, first when you talk about the local league, to bring in most of these local leagues supporters club to be affiliated with the Nigeria Football Supporters Club. So we're going to be sending letters out to all of them, and we'll invite their chairman and secretary to have a meeting with them. So if we are playing from the south side, the north, or wherever, we'll encourage them through their leaders, the chairman and secretary, to mobilize their members to come in and join us.
Welcome back. So that's it. We're hoping that will bring some development to football in Nigeria, because the Supporters Club is very, very essential. Let's get to some serious matter now, talking about grassroots swimming development. You know, anytime we want to go to the grassroots, we don't mess around, because development lives right there. We've just concluded the second edition of the Inter-School Swimming Gala at the Ikoyi Club. So you're going to be seeing a lot of kids. But in the meantime, let's speak to officials, find out what it is to put together that swimming competition, because it's all about developing swimming in Nigeria. Mr. Segun Adekoya is the chairman, swimming section, Ikoyi Club. He joins us now live in the studio. Good to have you in the studio, Mr. Segun.
Thank you very much.
Let's talk about the inter-school swimming gala. Talk to us, what really went down?
Well, the idea behind it was to get as many kids as possible who are into swimming, who love swimming, and get them into a competitive environment. Healthy competition is what we're looking for. And unfortunately, because of the nature of the sport, infrastructure is key. And not all the schools have swimming pools. However, there are some schools that don't have swimming pools, but have swim teams. And then you have associations like the International Schools Associations, who are just a selective number of schools who, as long as you're not part of that association, you can't be invited to their competition. So what we do is, a Ikoyi Club, we have a swimming squad, which has children from all schools. So what we decided was, rather than restrict it to members of schools who are within those communities, extend it to everybody. Okay. So even if you don't have a pool, but you have swimmers, everybody was invited. And that way you try and get a larger catchment of children. So that was the idea behind it.
And like how many kids would we get to participate?
Well, for the primary school, we got about 160 to 170, and the secondary school, it was about 150, 160 as well.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about the swimming itself, the action itself. I mean, well, how impressed were you with what you saw? I mean, in terms of the swimming?
It's extremely impressive because if you watch it from the last competition, the first competition we had, which was in 2015, in November 2015, we had the primary and secondary schools on the same day. Now, we didn't expect the turnout we got. So this time around, we split it over 2 weekends. If you look at the quality of swimming, of especially the younger children, because we have races that start from 6 and under, up until the age of 11 for primary, and you go from 11 to 15 and over for secondary. If you look at the quality of the swimming, their starts, their turns, their finishing, their strokes, the technical aspect of the swimming, you'll find that there's huge improvement. And the number of children who are now into swimming, it's amazing when you see a 6-year-old swim the length of a swimming pool. He's going straight, his strokes are correct, his kicking is correct, he's kicking, his head movement, his breathing. You know, it's impressive. So over the years, when you watch the improvement technically, it's very encouraging.
Now, how easy will it be for you to actually monitor these kids? Because, you have about 160, 150 primary, secondary, and you have some brilliant ones who came out very well. Can you guys actually monitor these kids and see maybe in the future you can actually have maybe an Olympian, who knows?
Well, that is actually our prayer as a club. We've been opportune to swim with, to go for international competitions. Our club has gone to international competitions every year for the past 16 years. This will be our 17th year. Last year, we came second overall out of 37 clubs from 13 countries. One of the children we swam against went straight from that competition onto the Olympics in Brazil. He swam for Ghana, a 16-year-old boy. Our children have been swimming with him for the last 4 years in the competition in Germany. So the prayer is, if we can monitor the kids, especially as they enter their teens, and keep them interested, we will eventually hope to field Nigerian in the Olympics. And the way you can do that is to encourage more competition, because competition generates interest. And if you generate the interest, you keep the momentum, undoubtedly, we hope we will achieve that.
Now, how involved is the Nigeria Swimming Federation with this particular event?
Well, after the success of the last event, we gained some recognition, some leverage. We invited the Lagos State officials, the Lagos State Swimming Association, to officiate for us the first time. This time, the chairman of the Nigerian Aquatic Federation was the guest of honor for both events. Fatai Williams, he was there throughout both events. He's very interested. Lagos State has come to us to field teams for them, like the last Chief of Naval Staff competition that was held in Teslim last year, September. So Lagos State is working with us now. They're very interested. They're keeping an eye on us. They've shortlisted some of our best swimmers who they call to come and represent the state. We're trying to get them to national level with the help of Fatai Williams at the moment. So they've recognized our passion, they've recognized our interest, and they're quite happy to work with us.
Before we let you go, because we can't wait to meet our superstars. I tell you, a lot of people complain a lot about funding and putting on this sort of competition. How difficult was it for you and your team?
It was extremely difficult. Now, you know, the nature of the sport, it can be misconstrued to be an elitist sport because of the infrastructure required and the maintenance, you know, and also the equipment for training, the kickboards, pool boards, and all those things. They're not expensive, but they're not cheap, and especially when you're dealing with numbers. So getting sponsorship is not exactly easy. If you go to an organization, a corporate, and you say, oh, can you give us some money for swimming? Swimming is for rich people now. What are you, you know, our Ikoyi Club, you people have money, what are you talking about? You know, but they don't understand that it has to, you have to give back. That's right. You know, and try and take it to, like you said, grassroots. You know, if you can take it to the less privileged are not opportune to swim. Why? Because you don't have public pools. If the governments, local governments can invest in swimming and if you build a public pool in every local government area, then all the schools have competitions in that public pool. Then you can start having local government versus local government. Then from there, it transcends into the state team. And then from there, you go international. That's right. But right now, it is only the schools. And it's only in the last decade that most of the secondary schools, you will find, have started building swimming pools. If you look back, you will find that a lot of schools were built, constructed, there were no pools. It's only now that there's a new interest generating that schools are now, okay, take part of our football field, let's build a swimming pool. You find that they'll have a football field, they'll have a tennis court, because swimming pool is not, you need water, you need constant power, you need the constant treatment, the chemicals, you know, it all has to be right. So there has to be solid infrastructure in place. And I think that's the challenge with public pools, because water, power, we all know what the problems are, maintenance, you know.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Segun.
Thank you very much.
Adekoya, for coming around and keep doing what you're doing to develop swimming at the grassroots level.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So that's it. We're done with Mr. Segun Adekoya. Let's take a breather now. When we come back, you'll meet the superstars, the captains from the primary and secondary categories still in the schools. Don't go anywhere. Stay.